The season opens with a meeting between the shogun and members of the Yamada Asa-Emon clan, where Jika reappears after managing to return from the realm of the immortals, something considered virtually impossible due to the currents that trapped anyone who tried to escape. Although he avoids explaining how he got out, his testimony confirms that Chobe murdered one of the Asa-Emon and that the situation on the island is far more serious than expected. With no reports from Aizen, the shogunate decides to send a new expedition, with Shugen, deeply concerned about his comrade. As proof of the danger, Jika presents a creature brought back from the island, confirmed to be dead yet bearing strange characteristics, reintroducing the concept of Tao. From there, the Tensen take center stage and delve deeper into its origins, explaining that Tao is equivalent to life itself and that abusing it ultimately leads to self-destruction. It is revealed they train this power in a systematic and extreme way, even fusing with or killing others to obtain greater amounts of Tao. Meanwhile, Sagiri, Shion, Yuzuriha, and Mei debate whether to withdraw, fully aware that the shogunate will not accept a return without results. Tension rises when Gabimaru is shown suffering from severe memory loss. He no longer remembers his wife or his purpose, and Mei detects an unsettling void in his mind, possibly caused by an illusory technique. The episode reaches its most intense moment with the reunion between Gabimaru and Chubi, who has already begun transforming into a monster dominated by an overwhelming Tao. The fight is brutal and bloody, marked by Chubi's inhuman regeneration and Gabimaru's emotional emptiness as he fights without memories or attachment. At the same time, Toma faces Shion, displaying overwhelming strength while evolving mid-battle. Finally, Gabimaru resorts to his fire monk technique, enveloping himself in flames to confront Chubi, who undergoes an even further transformation, losing all traces of his human appearance. The episode ends by making it clear that Chubi has crossed an irreversible line, and that Tao, far from being merely a source of power, is also a path to destruction. Gabimaru continues the fight against Chobi using Burning Bridge, but the attack has no effect. Chobi, now transformed and dominated by an overflowing Tao, counterattacks ferociously with his tentacles, gradually overwhelming Gabimaru's resistance. Cornered, Gabimaru resorts to the ascetic blaze technique to create some distance. During a brief respite, Chobi's mental state is shown as he begins to realize that he is losing his identity and sanity. Despite this, Chobi resumes his assault. Tenza questions why Gabimaru is not using his Tao, and Mei explains that he has forgotten how, while his opponent is overflowing with power. Gabimaru acknowledges that he has almost no chance of winning, and that he has even lost the sense of his mission, yet he is still willing to die fighting. The memory of his wife awakens one final offensive impulse, leading Fuchi to point out that both fighters have lost their reason. Unable to endure the situation, Toma intervenes to help his brother, admitting that he does not want Chobi to bear the suffering alone. Confused, Chobi unintentionally wounds Toma. Taking advantage of the chaos, Gabimaru attempts to finish off both brothers, but Mei causes the ground to collapse. Chobi shields Toma with his own body and falls into the abyss, promising that he will return. After the battle, Mei suddenly shows signs of physical growth, astonishing everyone. The story then shifts to Sagiri's group, who plan to find Gabimaru to increase their chances of survival. Although Yuzuriha wishes to leave the island, they follow the clues and reunite with the other group. It is confirmed that only 8 survivors remain and that the monsters of the valley floor have been eliminated. Gabimaru, severely injured and with his Tao completely depleted, awakens without his memories and attacks Sagiri, declaring himself to be Gabimaru, the Hollow. She explains that his soul is damaged and manages to restrain him. Through physical contact with Sagiri, his Tao begins to recover, allowing him to regain consciousness. When he remembers his wife, Yui, and his desire to return to her, his power strengthens. Meanwhile, Chobei awakens after the fall, satisfied with his new power and determined to master it, even using monsters as nourishment. The story closes with the looming threat of new enemies and the certainty that the Lord Tenzin will not stop hunting them.